Thank you.
How does it feel to have one of the greatest knockouts now of all time? If we can call it.
Am I supposed to talk towards you or this way?
Yeah, I'll go my way.
All right. You know, it feels amazing. I mean, this is kind of what I enjoy doing. I do it for entertainment for the crowd, but I also do it because it entertains me. But I've been blessed with the skill set, and I think it's my job to go out and kind of show the world what I've been blessed with in my ability. So, yeah, I hope I had a couple of top contenders for the best knockouts ever, and I hope this one maybe even tops that one. You know what I mean? If it doesn't, I'll work harder and I'll come back and I'll give you guys something else that you never seen before. That's what my whole goal is every time I come out and fight, is to bless everybody with my blessings and keep pushing.
But have you ever practiced like a feint to 720 and a long right hand that knocks someone out and you just walk over them? Have you practiced that?
No. Well, in my mind, I do. No, my coach and I actually practiced that 720. If you watch some of our videos and stuff leading up, and I was telling him, I was like, I want to hit somebody with a 720. I was like, they're going to be against the cage. And I was like, I'm going to throw like a 1-2, and I'm going to do the 720. But when I was coming around, I was like, oh man, he's too far away for me to kick him. Okay, so punch him. I was like, and so I threw a punch because he was too far for me to kick. And then it landed, and I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. It's not getting out. So yeah, that's kind of how that worked out. So.
Raymond, do you ever surprise yourself when your highlight reel is absolutely ridiculous and you're so casual after a knockout like that? If that was me, I'd be freaking out. Talk to me about your thought process after that.
Me, I mean, I don't know. I really enjoy and I love what I do. Some people fight because it's their way to do this or way to do that. I'm a martial artist. This is a way of life for me. So it's about constant, never-ending improvement. So I've had knockouts before that people say were the knockout of the century or the knockout of the year. So how can I beat that? How can I make myself better? Constant, never-ending growth is what my motto is in life, and it's my motto when I go on the ring. I won the Bellator kickboxing title. Now on to the MMA world. There's a plethora of fights this weekend. They will have UFC fights this weekend. Canelo's fighting this weekend. It's an amazing fight. But I wanted to do something that made sure that I stood out above and beyond all of those fights. I mean, hopefully I can make ESPN or SportsCenter. I've never made it before, but I hope...
it's on the way there.
Is it? That'd be a good thing. And then Reese's Pieces, if y'all don't mind picking a brother up.
Bit of Hershey's.
Yeah, you know, I invest every event, and this is my first thing that I eat. I have this thing called my shrine of junk food that I eat after this. Most people, they want to have a beer or whatever the case is. I want to have some junk food because I've sacrificed so much in order to do this, in order to get here with my friends, my family, my people, my fiance. And so, yeah, just a little bit of enjoyment and some candy.
I was watching you and Michael Page have a conversation outside, and
I knew somebody's gonna.
It's not the question you're going to think, but you guys go back a long time, and obviously when Michael was coming up on the point scene, he was looking at you as the blueprint, really. He was the guy, yeah? And now, you know, I know you stepped in the cage before, Michael, you know, back in the day, but then Michael's come along and sort of took the scene by storm with his style, with the point style. You know, watching Michael compete on this stage, has that made you think, yeah, I'm going to give MMA a try again?
No, I mean, for me, seeing Michael, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Mike. I love what he's doing with the sport. When I was coming up and doing the sport, I was the man in the sport karate world, and Mike was the young guy coming up. And Mike and I go way back. We're really cool. We're really tight. I'm glad he actually made it out to the event. But he kind of got his style kind of like from my style. He's like, man, I really like your style, kind of. And he made it into his own thing. And then not only did he do that, so I was his senior in the sport karate world. And then he made the move even before I did. I was doing full contact fighting at the time as well. And then he made the move into the MMA world, and he's been able to adapt beautifully the sport karate skill set into the MMA world. And the sport karate thing is something that a lot of the world hasn't really seen. It's not necessarily as popular of a sport, but it produces some of the best athletes that you can see in the world. And the stuff that you guys see myself and Mike do, we do that stuff every weekend at karate tournaments. But the eyes are not on it. Now the eyes are on it when we're able to do it and the camera's on it. So it's amazing to see that with him doing this thing. I wish him all the success. I hope and pray that he wins this title coming up. Well, actually, he's fighting a good friend of mine, Roy. If he fights Roy, then I really won't know what to say because I'm really good friends with Roy and I'm really good friends with Mike. So then I might I'm just going to say, be quiet. But yeah, no, I wish him all the success all the way to the top. He deserves it. He's earned it. He's got a big task ahead of him next week in Douglas Lima. Douglas Lima is an amazing fighter and athlete. So I expect fireworks from them next week. And yeah, no, just he's my senior now, and I'm proud of him.
Would you mentioned boxing fights? I mean, the obvious one that springs to mind, Canelo's probably the best in the world at both middleweight and super middleweight. And obviously, you're on DAZN, he's on DAZN. Would you consider fighting Canelo? Would you enjoy that? We had the McGregor-Mayweather crossover. Would you like that fight to nibble on your Reese's?
I like where your head's at. You set me up for success here. Yeah, I think Canelo's an amazing fighter, but he's never fought in a Raymond Daniels. He's never fought someone with my speed, my movement. Am I this boxer? Do I have that record? Do I have that resume? No, but boxing is in my backyard. The MMA, I'm having to learn a lot more in the wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But in boxing, that's a whole nother story.
Do you believe you can beat Canelo then?
Oh yeah, no problem.
So should we push for you to have that fight at some point?
If you guys really want to, I'm down. Yeah, I have no. I guarantee I will give him the business. That's not a promise. It's a guarantee. It's like a stamp of approval. But no, I would love to do that. For me, it's just another arena. Stand up. He's got less weapons than they had tonight in the MMA world. And for me, I love kickboxing. I won't get to kick anybody, so you guys won't get to see that flash. However, these work really well too.
Raymond, this was
Last question.
okay. One question I've got to ask you. I think we all want to know the answer. As someone that's met Chuck Norris, loads of times, just how tough is he?
Chuck Norris is an awesome guy. So I'll tell you guys a quick story about that. So when I was a young kid, if I got time for stories, sorry. I was a young kid in the parking lot, and I saw Chuck Norris, and I run up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Chuck Norris, can I get your autograph? But I don't have a paper, I don't have a pen. He's like, so I run back to get a paper and a pen, and I run back, but he was already kind of, already got swamped, so he's leaving. And he's like, no, sorry, I don't have time. I'm like, I was kind of like heartbroken. So then later in the years, I got to World Combat League, and I actually got a chance to actually fight for Chuck Norris. And he didn't sign my autograph, but then eventually he started signing my paychecks, and I felt that was more valuable than that autograph. So true story, and but it's awesome. He's an amazing person. He's a great Christian man, and he believes in God. And he's an awesome person to be around, and has inspired me and gave me some great words of wisdom in order to continue to push forward in life.